Y'all ready to do this? Oh yeah, the 2019 Harley models that were just announced by the motor company on August 21st, 2018. That is exactly what I'm here to talk to you about. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, welcome back, Bikeaholics. Ryan Erlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. Thank you for checking back in. I got a ton to talk to you about. No, I'm not hired by Harley-Davidson. No, I don't work at a dealership. The thoughts you get in this video and on this channel are completely independent. And yes, I'll tell you that if I sound excited, well, I am, because I'm always excited when Harley releases new models and different models. And lately, within the last, at least since 2014, when they started Rushmore bikes and on, they've really been up in their game. They have to stay in this industry. So it's always exciting to see what they have. And of course, our regular community and channel watchers realize that, yes, I will praise Harley-Davidson where praise is due. I will also never hesitate to be critical of them because they are definitely not doing everything right. So if you didn't know, on August 21st, 2018, I believe it was held in San Diego, the motor company unveiled their new 2019 models and gave some insight into the company's future. Before we get started into the new models, make sure you smash that subscribe button and that bell icon. Every time they're hit, another biker joins the revolution. We would like to have you part of that revolution. The bell's important so you get notified when we come out with new videos. And I know a lot of you out there have a lot of cool thoughts too. We want to hear those. Make sure you comment below. Let us know what you think. Built to shred city streets. Sleek and nimble with an authentic urban attitude. That is what Harley says about their HD Street Series. Now, what I found, you either love or hate the Street Series. It is an entry-level bike, and I understand Harley is making them to go after a specific rider market. They're trying to tap into a broader spectrum, so to speak, so I completely understand. I have ridden one. They're fun. Definitely an entry-level bike. Now, the one thing I hate about them is the big radiator. They're liquid-cooled, and Harley put a big block radiator on the front, and I'm not a fan of that. A lot of other bike manufacturers do that because they don't know where to put it and they slap it on the front. Anyways, Harley's been really careful with their more expensive bikes, their touring models, about hiding that radiator, and I appreciate that as a consumer. I don't want to see that radiator necessarily. It's really easy just to slap it on the front. So anyways, enough about that. We got 3 models in the HD Street Series. They're pretty much the same as other years. There's minor changes, of course, but I at least want to mention them. We got the HD Street 500. The number coincides with the cc's of the motor, so 500cc. We got the Street 750. Oh, the 500 comes in at about $7,000. Then the Street 750, 750cc coming in at about $7,600. Has the Revolution X motor. And then we got the Street Rod coming in at about $8,700, and it has the high output Revolution X motor. One thing I want to note on the Street Rod with that Revolution X motor, Harley touts it redlines at 9,000 RPM. It has a 40 degrees of traffic weaving lean angle. It also has a dual throttle body, cylinder heads, enhanced intake ports and cams, and they say that it has 18% more torque than the 750 because of the compression ratio. Perfect for riding through that urban jungle, they say. We all know it's a concrete jungle out there. Racing, land speed records, epic road trips. The bike that's done it all does it even better now, is what Harley-Davidson said. Of course, we're talking about the Sportster Lineup. A lot of people have different opinions about the Sportster Lineup. I'll tell you that I love it. It is a cheaper way for riders to get into a Harley-Davidson. And that's fine. Everybody's in a different financial situation in their life. It gets their knees in the breeze, and they have a great lineup anyways. These bikes are fun to ride, and they are fun as hell to customize. So not a lot has changed for the 2019 lineup of Sportster models. However, I want to take a look at them and go through some of them. They are just a great bike. We start out with the Super Low coming in at $8,700. Then we move up to the Iron 883 coming in at about $9,000. And then we go up to the beloved Sportster 1200 coming in at about $10,000. And I just love the looks of these bikes. And when you look at them, you start thinking of all the customizing possibilities that you can do with these things. Oh, and I almost forgot, we have the 1200 Custom coming in at about $11,000. Take a look at that bad boy. And to finish out the lineup of Sportsters, of course, we have the 48 Special, and the Roadster all coming in at about $11,300. Make sure you check the Harley website. There's different paint schemes and customizations. And we all know that the motor company killed off the Dyna line. 2017 was the last year for that. So with that, let's move right into Softails, of course. Authentic heritage and custom soul meet modern edge and technology for a ride unlike anything you've ever felt before. Bam, bam. That's what Harley says about their Softail lineup. Let's check them out, see if we agree. So we're gonna break this up in two categories for the Softail lineup. The first bikes I'm gonna talk about are coming with the Milwaukee-Eight 107 cubic inch motor. So we start out with the Street Bob coming in about 14.7. Then we move to the Lowrider at about 15. And then of course the Softail Slim coming in at about 16,000. Then don't forget about the Softail Deluxe coming in at about 18. And we finish off with the Sport Glide at about 18.7. Again, all those come with the 107 Milwaukee-Eight motor, of course. Tons of paint schemes and customization. Now the second group I want to talk about, you can get in either the 107 cubic inch or the 114 cubic inch, minus the FXDR 114, which we will talk about. It only comes in the 114. So starting out is the Fat Bob at around 17. Again, it starts there, the prices I'm going to give you, because it does heavily depend on which version of the Milwaukee-Eight motor you get. Then we move up to Heritage Classic and the Breakout, all coming in at around $19,000. Oh yes, the time has come. You guys know what I'm gonna talk about, because it's like a drag racer crossed with a fighter jet. That's what Harley says about the new FXDR 114. Very innovative product from Harley-Davidson as they go into the future. I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you can tell. It was love at first sight when I saw this bike, and I would love to be able to ride one of these. I hope I'll be able to test ride one. Anyways, guys, leave your comments below. Let me know if you're as excited as me about this bike. So we're gonna spend a little time on the FXDR. Let's dive in. Let's start with pricing. It starts at a measly $21,300 pocket change. Yeah, hard pill to swallow when it's not even a touring bike. It does have some cool things, but that price tag is gonna be hard for a lot of people. And in my humble opinion, that high price tag on a non-touring Softail model might kill it. All right, so now that I've trashed on the price tag enough, let's go ahead and move on to the positives about this new model. All right, Harley says it's a drag-inspired, long, lean power cruiser. Do you agree? I do agree. It comes standard. It's the only motor you can get with it is the 114 cubic inch. The bike weighs in at 637 pounds, so super light, 119 pounds of torque. Gonna be very hard if somebody gets this bike not to want to burn off that rear tire. And if you look at this bike and see some of the footage, it looks like a cornering machine, something that you could get on, take out on the fast track, and just have a ball laying down the corners. Harley says it has exceptional leaning capabilities. They say the 19-inch front wheel reduces the effort it takes to steer the bike. And of course, if you do any research, you know, they tout a whole bunch of stuff on this bike. You know, the combination of what's going on with the rake and the trail, and the tires are tuned to work with the chassis and suspension. This bike, all about performance. And I was excited to see more progressive front suspension on this Harley-Davidson motorcycle with those inverted front forks. Just plain badass. I was really excited. Those are going to give you that more connected, planted feel without sacrificing comfort, Harley says. And you can tell they spent a lot of time with the aesthetics of this bike, not only the performance side of it, but definitely the aesthetics, with just a badass air intake. And take a look at the exhaust. And like I said, it took me like 2 seconds when this bike popped up, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I will say one thing though, in my opinion, that bike immediately needs some high-rise T-bars on it. Then it would look even better. So I'd say if you're not into touring, cross-country, anything like that, and you're really into performance and that's all you care about, I would definitely say this is probably the bike for you. Anyways, just get online and check out this bike and some of the upgrades and the paint schemes. you'll spend some time there. Did I mention I really like this bike? Okay guys, seriously, I gotta move on. Leave your comments below. Am I overly excited about this new model, or is it not a direction that you want to see Harley going? I just appreciate them pushing the envelope and being innovative, because it's going to be exciting to see what happens in the future. All right, we're done with Softails. Let's move over here for our next group. And of course, our beloved Harley-Davidson touring lineup. Let me break it down for you. That's a little bright there. All right, before we get into touring models, guys, I just want to say we have one main mission here at Law Abiding Biker Media. That is to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. Of course, that takes a ton of man hours and it takes a financial toll, guys. There is a way you can support us. You can become a member of Law Abiding Biker. You just head over to lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. You can pledge a certain amount per piece of content that we release. There's no risk because you can put a monthly cap on it. We understand family budgets and that kind of stuff. We just appreciate your support. There are benefits for signing up. T-shirts and stickers. You can get into the private Facebook group, which is blowing up. It is a troll-free zone. It is not like the other sketchy forums out there that you get on. This thing is an awesome community of bikers truly helping bikers. I never knew it would grow to this, and it's because of you guys, the community, of course. And then up to our top tier patron, you can get access to our premium for purchase videos up on request. Again, the link will be in the description below. Become a patron member, help support our mission. So let's talk about our beloved Harley touring class models, guys. Start out with the Road King coming in at about 19.3. We bump up. Now that comes with the 107 cubic inch. Of course, we bump up to the Road King Special at about 23,000, and it comes with the 114 cubic inch. And instead of chrome, the regular Road King is a chrome version. Of course, all your special models are blacked out now. The black motor, the black exhaust, all that kind of stuff. Of course, the Road King won't die. Been around forever, still a staple model for Harley-Davidson, and they continue on with it, and I'm glad to see that. Next up, of course, is the Street Glide. The legacy of the Street Glide continues on. One of Harley-Davidson's top selling bikes for many years in a row now. Of course, the regular comes with the 107 cubic inch. And then, of course, that comes in at about 21.3. And then we bump up to, of course, the Road Glide, which is the shark nose fairing. It's coming in at about 21.6. Both absolutely great bikes. So since we're talking about Street Glide and Road Glides, and since they're so popular and maybe you're new or you're thinking about purchasing one, let me give you some of the main differences between those two models and why the price is different. So your regular models, Street Glide, Road Glide, come with the 107 CI motor. They also come with a smaller version, the 4.3 version of the Boom Box infotainment system. I'm going to talk more about the Boom Box system a little bit later in this video because there are some changes there. But again, the 4.3, it has some physical buttons. And then, of course, it comes with smaller speakers, 5.25 inch speakers. In contrast, the special models do come with the upgraded version. They're calling it here in 2019 the Boom Box 6.5 GTS. It's all touchscreen. It's a bigger screen. They come with black Talon cast aluminum wheels, and ABS comes standard. And you should also know that the regular models come chromed out, whereas the special models come blacked out. Your forks, your handlebars, your tank, console, and exhaust. And of course, the specials come with the bigger 114 cubic inch motor. And one major change that I am very excited about for the Street Glide and Road Glides is the stretched saddlebags. They stretched them out for 2019. They actually wrap around the exhaust. It's a much more custom look. And of course, we certainly can't forget about our full touring models with trunks and lowers and all that kind of stuff. Of course, we've got the Road Glide Ultra with the shark nose fairing coming in at about 27.7. Then, of course, we've got our Ultra Limited and Ultra Limited Low, both coming in at about $28,000. And of course, those models are water cooled because the radiators are in the lower fairings. All right, and of course, we can't leave the touring lineup without mentioning the new 2019 CVO models, custom vehicle operations. Of course, these models have all the bells and whistles, and they come with the 117 inch cubic inch motor stock. and you can get some cool paint schemes that you will not get on any of the other bikes. And I certainly don't want to forget about trikes. You have the Freewheeler and Tri-Glide Ultra for 2019. And of course, as mentioned, the sky is the limit on these bikes, guys. For 2019, you can customize to the hilt. Of course, just got to dig deep in your wallet for that. Know that. I know that's a lot of information. But before we go, we definitely got to talk about the new Boom Box infotainment system. It is new for 2019. There's not a lot of information on it. They call it the 6.5 GTS. Now let me tell you, from what I can tell, the regular models like Street Glides, not the specials, but the regulars are still coming with the standard 4.3. It has physical buttons, and I don't believe it is touchscreen. However, the new 6.5 version, this GTS they call it, is touchscreen, and it appears they've gotten rid of the physical buttons on the sides, because even the touchscreen had physical buttons on the side. It looks like it's all one big screen. It looks very much the same size and shape, so I don't think anything's changed there. But I have some hopes for it, guys, because as you know, we have the #1 selling tutorial videos on how to use the Boom Box infotainment system all the way back to 2014 when I first came out with those videos, teaching guys how to use them, because it's had a lot of bugs, a lot of problems, a lot of debacles, and through bug fixes, they've fixed it over time. It's gotten better. So I am really hoping that this new 6.5 GTS runs smoother. It looks like it's a simpler user interface. As far as the amount of buttons, that was one of the problems with the old Boom Boxes, drilling down 14 menus to get to an item. Again, I'm only going by what I see. I haven't actually used one. Hopefully I'll be able to do that for you guys, and in the future update you on that. All right, clearly by this video, I heavily support Harley-Davidson in their efforts to up their game and continue on a very good path within the industry. But I'll also tell you that I'm impartial, and I will criticize and critique Harley for places they are failing. And let me tell you, they are failing in one area big time. Dear Harley, listen very closely. I'm very sincere about what I'm about to say. All right? You are failing epically on connecting with your biker community, the people that have the money, that are buying your products, that are know, like, and trust you. You have some of the most loyal customers, brand loyal customers in the world. You're failing to recognize that. There comes a point where even the most brand loyal customer will leave. And let me explain. You're 10 years behind the curve. Your marketing department, no offense if you work for the marketing department, you just need to go back to marketing 101, all right? Here you go. You got companies, look at them, Apple, Samsung, DJI, to name a few. When they do use Hollywood and things like that, but they spend more of their focus on influencers, people that actually use their products and have a community that back them. When Apple, Samsung, and DJI release a new product, they have an unveiling. They invite all the influencers, all right? The influence marketers, the YouTubers, things like that, guys, that have that community around them. They give them the product. They make sure that they can get the product ahead of time to test it, to add suspense to it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying this because that's what I expect you to do to me. There's lots of good YouTube channels out there. I'm just making a point. You're not doing that. Instead, what you're doing is what you did last year, which pissed a lot of people off. It doesn't connect to us. Hollywood people don't connect to us. I don't care that you get a Hollywood celebrity and give him a brand new Harley. He doesn't need the Harley. He's got plenty of money. She doesn't ride Harleys. So what if they have one in their garage? That is not who your core customers connect to. They connect to bikers, other bikers that live, eat, and breathe the lifestyle. X Games skateboarders I saw on your YouTube channel. Great. I'm a skateboarder too, but I also ride Harleys, but it doesn't mean anything. I can't state that strongly enough. Your YouTube channel, keep it. That's great, but your videos suck. The reason I say they suck is they're overproduced and they lack information. They don't connect with your community. So just be aware of that. See what you can do to really dial that in and really show your core customers that you care. just this channel here, we're a community, okay? We all live, eat, and breathe riding motorcycles and Harleys, and you'll see the comments and stuff like that. Me, just to give you an example, I ride a motorcycle every day as a police motorcycle officer. I also do this full time, but there you go. And we got other people that are watching this video. That's what they do, and they ride motorcycles every chance they get. You gotta connect with them, and you're not doing it right. So I've already given you some examples of how to do that. I hope that you take it seriously. Okay, I'm off my soapbox, but it needed to be said. All right, guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was informational. Don't forget to comment below. I'd like to have you part of the conversation and what I talked about in this very video. You need to be hooked up with the weekly podcast, guys. If you're not a listener, you need to become a listener. The reason is we get into this subject and other subjects in a lot more depth. You can get our free app on the iTunes Store or the Google Play Store, or you can listen on any podcast platform, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Podcasts, all that kind of stuff. Also subscribe, hit the bell icon, because I'm hoping to test ride and review on this channel some of the 2019 bikes. At any rate, I'm out of here. I hope you're well, and I definitely hope you are out there getting some riding in. That's the most important thing. Frees your soul.